You guys, you were amazingly orderly coming on that stage. These guys are ready to battle here. All right, well, welcome everyone to our 2023 fourth grade Battle of the Books. Before we get started, if everyone can silence your cell phones, we don't want any distractions during the battle. We want our teams to be able to focus and really come out with their best. Before we get started, I want to just introduce myself and my staff so that everyone knows who's running the show here tonight. So my name is Kim Buren. I'm a head of youth services at Oxford Public Library, and this program has been a collaboration between the library and our local schools for many years, and so we're really happy to have that wonderful partnership and be able to kind of do this unique competition that you don't usually get a chance to kind of compete against all the different elementary schools. So it's a really fun and great way to get all these kids together at one time. Back at the judging table, and you guys can kind of raise your hands when I call you, we have Sarah Schiller, Rebecca Carnegie, Jane Charlton, and Emily D'Angelo. They are going to be our judges and scorekeepers tonight, and they are what make up our awesome youth staff at Oxford Public Library. And our director's not here tonight, but that is Brian Cloutier. Are there any principals, teachers, media, people in the crowd that came to support your teams tonight? I know I saw a couple of you. Yeah, there's some in the crowd. Thank you for being here. And then family and friends, thank you so much for coming out to support your special students tonight. It means a lot to them to have your support. So we're going to have a really awesome, fun night. All right, I'm going to introduce all the teams now. And so teams, when I call your team name, you may stand up and wave, and families, you can cheer them on. I'll say the name and then the school that they're from. Unfortunately, we did have one team that dropped out, the royalty readers. And so if you're following along in your program, I'm not skipping them. They unfortunately had to drop out. So it was after we had already printed the program. All right, so the first team we have, which is from Leonard Elementary, is the Banana Bean Army. From Kingsbury, we have Beauty and the Books. From Oxford Elementary, the Bookworms. From Clear Lake, we have the Fairy Tales. From Oxford Elementary, we have the Fast Reading Turtles. From Clear Lake, we have Gotta Read 'Em All. From Kingsbury, we have In the Mud We Sit, In the Mud We Read. From Lakeville, we have the Cool Cats. And also from Lakeville, the Mind Readers. From Leonard, we have the Minions. From Kingsbury, the Poets Who Didn't Know It. From Lakeville, the Rainbow Lollipops. From Oxford Elementary, the Royal Readers. From Oxford Elementary, the Terrific Tater Tots. And finally, from Leonard, the Word Nerds. All right, so those are all our teams. We had a really great representation from all the schools this year. Every school had multiple teams, so that is always exciting. We love to see that great participation. All right, so this is how the battle is going to work tonight. We will have 15 questions, and I will read each question twice, just to make sure everyone hears it clearly. You'll have about 30 seconds to kind of think about the question and another 30 seconds to write down your answer, so about a minute. Do not yell out your answers. So you can see you're kind of tight on the stage. We want to make sure that nobody gives away answers. That's the hardest part, because when you hear the question and you know the answer, you're so excited, you want to like scream it out, but keep it to yourself, whisper it to your teammates, and so that you don't give away your answers to anyone else. And let's see, only one person's going to write down the answer, so figure out, yeah, move closer. As close as you need, because these guys are serious. We are not giving away our answer. So every team has a clipboard with a pencil and a stack of answer sheets attached to the clipboard. And so there's an answer sheet for every question. And you should have already figured out who's going to be your writer. It looks like everyone's got that figured out up here. Your answers do not have to be in complete sentences. And spelling does not count on your answers. As long as the judges can understand what you're trying to get across, it doesn't have to be perfect spelling on your answers. However, spelling does count for the author's last name. So for every question, you're going to write the author's last name also on your answer sheet, and that does have to have correct spelling. So for every question, you'll write your answer, the author's last name, and then even if you're going to write the same author's last name multiple times because there's multiple questions per book. And we have runners that are here from NHS. We are very grateful to have awesome teen volunteers from National Honor Society, and they are here. They're going to be running and picking up your answers, so you do not ever have to get out of your seat. So once you've answered your question, take that answer sheet off of your clipboard, hold it up in the air, and the runners will come and collect it from you. Okay? So nobody has to get up, everyone stays sitting. They will bring it to the judges, and the judges will keep track of the points. And just so you know, all the decisions by the judges are final. We don't have time during the battle to discuss your answers, and we will not discuss them after the battle. The judges are very fair. We've gone over these questions many times, double-checked, triple-checked, quadruple-checked the answers. So just know that they want you to do well, and they're going to be fair in their judging. Okay? Once everyone's turned in their answer, I'll read out the answer so you all know whether, in your mind, whether you got it right or not. Okay? And audience, please no help. Okay? Don't you guys shout out the answers. I know you've read all 5 books. So for anybody that doesn't know, all these kids read the same 5 books over the past several months, and that's what we're quizzing them on, is our facts and things that happened in those 5 books that they read. So anyway, are you guys ready? Yeah. You don't sound very ready. Are you ready? Okay. So you'll notice that you have a practice answer sheet for a sample practice question. We're going to do a practice just so everyone's clear on how it works. So hopefully this is an easy one. So this is the practice question. In The White Giraffe, what was the white giraffe's nickname? So in The White Giraffe, what was the white giraffe's nickname? This is not worth any points, so don't stress out about it. It's just a practice. And when you're finished, take it off the clipboard and hold it up in the air for the judges. The judges, you don't have to actually score this, but it's just to run it through. And runners, you can come collect up. And when we're doing it for real, I'll probably ask if any teams have not yet turned their answer sheet in, because I can't keep track of if everyone has. And so if you haven't, if your team's still working on the answer, raise your hand, and so that we won't read out the answer until you're ready. there anyone who hasn't turned in their answer yet? Okay, so in the white giraffe, what was the white giraffe's nickname? The answer was Jemmy. And I'm not going to tell you the author's name because you have to know that. I'm not giving that away. I'm going to cheat on that one. Okay. All right, so I think we're ready. You guys, we're ready for the real battle now. Question number 1. Let me get my pen so I can keep track of where we're at here. In The Thing About Georgie, how many taps of the pencil meant that Andy was sending a signal to Georgie? In The Thing About Georgie, how many taps of the pencil meant that Andy was sending a signal to Georgie? And runners, as you get them, you can bring them to the judges so they can start judging while you're picking up other answers. Are there any teams who have not turned in their answer sheet yet? Okay, in The Thing About Georgie, how many taps of the pencil meant that Andy was sending a signal to Georgie? The answer was 2. 2 taps. All right, question number 2. In The White Giraffe, what did Martine use to escape from the fire in her bedroom? Be specific. In The White Giraffe, what did Martine use to escape from the fire in her bedroom? Be specific. Are there any teams that have not turned in their answer yet? Okay, are there any teams that have not turned in their answer? All right. In The White Giraffe, what did Martine use to escape from the fire in her bedroom? Be specific. So we would accept a couple different things here. We would accept a sheet rope. We would also accept a rope made by tying bed sheets together or just bed sheets tied together. Those would all be acceptable answers. Okay. Okay. Question number 3. In the book, Into the Dream, in the past, between the dates of July 11th and July 18th, Paul and Francine had both been in which state? In the book, Into the Dream, in the past, between the dates of July 11th and July 18th, Paul and Francine had both been in which state? teams that have not turned in their answer? Now, are there any teams that have not turned in their answer? Okay. In the book Into the Dream, in the past, between the dates of July 11th and July 18th, Paul and Francine had been in which state? The answer was Nevada. All right, in the book White Star, Sam's dad had a dog named Rusty. What breed of dog was it? In White Star, Sam's dad had a dog named Rusty. What breed of dog was it? Are there any teams that have not turned in their sheets? All right, in White Star, Sam's dad had a dog named Rusty. What breed of dog was it? It was an Irish setter. All right, question number 5. In the book, Who Was Harry Houdini? What did Harry Houdini prefer to call himself rather than a magician? In the book, Who Was Harry Houdini? What did Harry Houdini prefer to call himself rather than a magician? These guys need a new pencil. Can Miss Sarah, can you grab a new pencil? Okay, are there any teams that have not turned in their answer for this question? All right, in the book, Who Was Harry Houdini? What did Harry Houdini prefer to call himself rather than a magician? The answer was an escape artist. All right, question number 6. In The Thing About Georgie, what was Georgie's full name? In The Thing About Georgie, what was Georgie's full name. Remember to keep your voices down. Okay, are there any teens that haven't turned in their answer yet? In the thing about Georgie, what was Georgie's full name? The answer was George Washington Bishop. All right, question number 7. In The White Giraffe, name 2 of the gifts that Mr. and Mrs. Morrison gave Martine before she moved to Africa. In The White Giraffe, name 2 of the gifts that Mr. and Mrs. Morrison gave Martine before she moved to Africa. Okay, are there any teens that have not turned in their answer? Okay, are there any teens that have not turned in their answer? Everybody turn in. In The White Giraffe, name 2 of the gifts that Mr. and Mrs. Morrison gave Martine before she moved to Africa. So I'm going to list off all the things they gave her, and you only needed to have 2 of these. And they're in no order, no special order. So, binoculars, a carved wooden box, a pink mag flashlight, a Swiss Army knife, a first aid kit, and a large piece of chocolate cake. So those were all the things. So any 2 of those would work. All right, question number 8. In the book Into the Dream, where did the author get the idea for this story? It would have been in the author's note at the end. In the book Into the Dream, where did the author get the idea for this story? You can also just make a guess. This is one. have any teams not turned in their answer sheet? All right, in the book Into the Dream, where did the author get the idea for this story? The answer is in a dream. All right, question number 9. In the story White Star, what ship rescued the people in the lifeboats? In the story White Star, what ship rescued the people in the lifeboats? Are there any teams that have not turned in their answer? Are there any other teams that have not turned in their answer? Okay. In the story White Star, what ship rescued the people in the lifeboats? And the answer was the Carpathia. All right, question number 10. In the book Who Was Harry Houdini, what new element did Harry add to his show and debut in 1908? In the book Who Was Harry Houdini, what new element did Harry add to his show and debut in 1908? Have any teams not turned in their answer? Okay. Miss Sarah, another team needs a new pencil. A new pencil when you're two. Oh, you're okay? Okay. They don't need one after all. They're good. Have any teams not turned in their answer yet? All right, in the book, Who Was Harry Houdini, what new element did Harry add to his show and debut in 1908? The answer was water. All right, question 11. In The Thing About Georgie, name one thing that Georgie missed about Andy after that terrible afternoon on the phone right after Christmas. In The Thing About Georgie, name one thing that Georgie missed about Andy after that terrible afternoon on the phone right after Christmas. There were several things, you just have to write one. any teams not turned in their answer yet? All right, and the thing about Georgie, name one thing that Georgie missed about Andy after that terrible afternoon on the phone right after Christmas. So any of these answers would count. Andy's house, Andy's mom's cookies, playing board games and lava wars, listening to Andy talk about the latest video game he was trying to beat, getting kissed on the cheek by Andy's grandma, and having someone to talk to. So any of those would count. Question number 12. In The White Giraffe, finish 10 days sane. The child who can ride a white giraffe will have the power over what? It's 3 words. In The White Giraffe, finish 10 days sane. The child who can ride a white giraffe will have the power over what? It's 3 words. And it must be exact. Have any teams not turned in their answer? All right, in The White Giraffe, finish 10 days sane. The child who can ride a white giraffe will have the power over what? The answer was all the animals. All right, question number 13. In the book Into the Dream, what is psychokinesis? In the book Into the Dream, what is psychokinesis? Yeah, we can't really answer questions. The question is, what is psychokinesis? Are there any teams that have not turned in their answer? If you're not sure, just make a guess. Okay, are there any teams that have not turned in their answer? All right, in the book Into the Dream, what is psychokinesis? The answer is being able to make things move by just thinking about them or moving things with your mind. All right, question 14. In White Star, where do Sam and Star hide from the crew when they are down in the boiler rooms looking for the ship's cat? In White Star, where do Sam and Star hide from the crew when they are down in the boiler rooms looking for the ship's cat? Are there any teams that have not turned in their answer yet? All right, in White Star, where do Sam and Star hide from the crew when they are down in the boiler rooms looking for the ship's cat? The answer was a coal bunker. All right, this is the last question, guys, unless we have to go to a tie break. In the book, Who Was Harry Houdini? What were the special handcuffs made by a man from Birmingham, England called? In the book, Who Was Harry Houdini? What were the special handcuffs made by a man from Birmingham, England called? Are there any teams who have not turned in their answer? Are there any teams that have not turned in their answer? All right, in the book, Who Was Harry Houdini? What were the special handcuffs made by a man from Birmingham, England called? The answer was mirror cuffs. All right. So we're going to just wait a minute and see if we have a clear winner or not. They're still tallying. So I will tell you guys about, first of all, our Friends of the Library have their spring book sale coming up in a couple weeks. It begins April 19th. And at that book sale, they have thousands of gently used books that are for sale at very reasonable prices. There's books from children's books, teen books, adult books, fiction, nonfiction, all kinds of books. They do 2 sales every year, and all the funds that they raise go back toward the library. Often it goes toward library programs. For example, the Friends of the Library sponsored Battle of the Books, so they paid for the cookies that are in the hallway and for our medals that we'll be giving out to the winning team tonight, and they sponsor all of that. They also sponsor a lot of our programming, and so we could not do all the things we do without their help, and you can help them by shopping at their book sale or becoming a member of the Friends. It's very inexpensive to join the Friends. You don't have to volunteer. It can be just like a monetary donation that helps out with different things with the library especially. All right, do we have a winner? So I've been informed that we have a three-way tie. So we will not reveal which teams are in the tie. Everybody will participate in the tiebreaker. However, only the teams that are actually in the tie, those points will be the only ones that actually count. But it's way more fun if everybody gets to answer the questions. So everyone should have a tiebreaker number 1 question on their answer clipboard. So tiebreaker question number 1. In The Thing About Georgie, name 2 things that Jeannie told Georgie's mom that she was going to be someday. There were more than 2 that she said, but you only have to name 2. In The Thing About Georgie, name 2 things that Jeannie told Georgie's mom that she was going to be someday. Remember to stay quiet because I'm hearing some answers up here. Are there any teams that have not turned in their answers? All right, in The Thing About Georgie, name 2 things that Jeannie told Georgie's mom that she was going to be someday. 1 was obstetrician or baby doctor. 1 was actress, and 1 was writer. So if you have 2 of those, you will get the answer correct. Okay, it appears we still have a tie. So we'll move on to tiebreaker question number 2. In The White Giraffe, the first time Martine snuck into the game reserve, what did she see after she sensed danger and turned around very, very slowly? Be specific. In The White Giraffe, the first time Martine snuck into the game reserve, what did she see after she sensed danger and turned around very, very slowly? Be specific. The answer has to be exact. there any team that has not turned in their answer? So it's a few months off, but summer reading is coming up quick. So I don't know if any of your kids have participated in our summer reading program before, but I just want to give it a little shout out, even as you're starting to think about that as the weather turns nicer. Oxford Public Library puts on an awesome summer reading program for ages 3 and up. We have a program for kids, teens, and adults. All of you guys, you can win prizes just from reading. It's free for everybody, so I encourage you guys to keep an eye on that. Sign up starts the last day of school, so it's really easy to remember. I will be going to all the schools to talk it up closer to the end of school, but we definitely want to encourage all your kids and you guys to join the summer reading program this summer. Scorekeepers, do we have a winner? Sounds like maybe we have a winner. So we will, while we're waiting for the final breakdown, all of you guys have some white sheets of paper on your clipboard. You can take those off, and those are evaluations. We want to know how you liked Battle of the Books. So there's one for each teammate, and the runners, if you could hand out the packs of pencils to each team. We'll have pencils coming around for all of you. Please fill those out. And then once your whole team is finished, you can hold the whole pack up and the team or the runners will come and get those evaluations from you. And you can use your chairs to write on if you want. You can like kneel on the floor and use your chair if you need to. I think this is the most quiet, like not unenthusiastic, but like on task battle group we've ever had. Like there wasn't tons of chatter. Like they're all really in it. You guys are amazing. Very focused and determined. I love it. Wait till your whole team has all of your evaluations filled out, and then you hold the whole pack of them up for the runners to grade. So just so everyone knows, we'll be giving out 3 awards tonight. We have 2 awards for creativity. One will be for the best team name. And that was determined by polling the library staff and the Friends of the Library members. So we all voted and came up with the best team name winner. And then we also have an award for the best team costume or team shirt. And so as you guys were gathering in the lobby, as we made our way around, we were taking that all in. It was extremely hard to decide this year because you guys, again, totally brought it with creativity, so that was a hard decision. Looks like Miss Emily's got the results for you. to have our winners. So we're going to announce the top 3 teams, which were all the ones that were in the tiebreaker. The other rankings we will get out to you guys, the team advisors, as soon as possible in the morning. As soon as I get to the library, I'm getting those scores all compiled and getting them out so everyone knows where they ranked. I'll also be putting it on our website. And just make sure you get anything. Are you guys still working on your evaluations? We're going to collect those before I announce the winners. Make sure those get done. I know you guys are in suspense. Work to try to hurry up to finish up those evaluations so that we can announce our winning teams, everyone. Okay, we're getting there. All right, are there any more evaluations that need to get picked up? Okay. I think we got it. All right. All right, so first of all, we're going to give out our awards for the best team name and the best costume. And so the winner of the best team name, and let me get our, and for the best team name, the best costume, and the champions, we want everybody to stay on the stage, of those teams, to stay on the stage afterwards so we can get pictures of you guys, okay? So don't leave the stage with everybody else. All right, so the best team name was In the Mud We Sit, and the Mud We Play. And I'm pretty sure the story of that is because these guys go to Kingsbury and there's a lot of mud at Kingsbury and they spend a lot of time outside. So I'm pretty sure that's where that name came from. It's very clever. All right. Congratulations. All right, and then our best costume winner, as I said, this was really hard. I was having a really hard time ranking this because I had so many that I wanted to go for. But the best costume was the Mind Readers. They have bow ties made out of book pages. This group of kids, you guys, like, this team was just complimenting them on how great their costume was. Like, what good team, like, sportsmanship. Like, that support of each other. All right. So, before I know you guys want to know, but before I announce the champion, I just want to tell you all that we are so proud of the hard work you guys put in. They read 5 books on top of all their other activities and everything that they do. They give yourselves a pat on the back for a good job, well done. And then please, let's, everybody on stage, let's give a huge round of applause to our team advisors and our parents that help support us. Okay, the time has come. All right, so in third place were the Royal Readers from OES. Yeah. And I have to give them some major props because they had one of their teammates was sick and couldn't make it, so they're down a teammate and still came in third place. So that was really excellent. Good job, girls. In second place were In the Mud We Sit. And the champions of the 2023 fourth grade Battle of the Books from Kingsbury are Poets Who Didn't Know It. Kingsbury has taken the trophy. They haven't been participating as many years as the other teams. Maybe 3 with COVID, it threw everything up, but I think they've been participating maybe 3 or 4 years. So this is a huge deal for them to get to have those bragging rights and bring the trophy home. So great job, guys. All right, for the audience, we are going to ask you to remain seated while, and I'm going to have the teams, the 3 winning teams of Best Costume, Best Team Name, and Champions, you guys stay on stage. We'll be playing some exit music in a minute, and the other teams, you guys are going to exit the same way that you came in. So you're going to kind of go out the same way you came in, and go back to your spot that you came to where your signs were, so that your families can find you. And then everybody, we want to invite you to enjoy a cookie. The Friends of the Library are manning a cookie table in the lobby area, so you're welcome to have a cookie. Thank you all for coming and for your support. And we are so happy you're here to join us today, and have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you. And we can play our exit music. Great job. Teams, you can stand up and exit the side of the stage you came in on and go back to your signs. And then once the teams have exited, families, then you may go out and meet up with your students.